I am so excited that you are here to join me on this wonderful adventure that we are calling BFF, Bible Family Fun. So I'll be reading some stories, but not just any stories. These stories can be found in the Bible. So you may want to pull your Bible out while you listen, in case you want to look something up. So our first story is about a little baby boy. Now, do you know of any baby boys in the Bible? Oh, well, no, it's not baby Jesus, although he is a very special baby boy. It's another baby boy that grew up a long, long time before Jesus was born. Now, it's funny that this baby must be pretty important if he has his own story in the Bible. Well, you know, actually, all babies are important to God. Yes, you were special to God even before you were born. See in your Bible what God says in Jeremiah 1:5. Wow, God really does care about babies. Now, let's read this story about a baby that God knew and loved. Now, this book is called Moses in the Bulrushes. Moses in the Bulrushes, written by Catherine Sully, illustrated by Simona Sanfilippo. Once there was a girl called Miriam who lived in Egypt. Her family were Hebrew slaves. There were many Hebrew slaves in Egypt working for the king. One day, the king gave an order. There are enough Hebrews in Egypt. There must be no more baby boys. The king sent soldiers to all the Hebrew villages. If they found baby boys, they would kill them. Miriam's mother had a baby boy. What are we to do? Miriam cried. Miriam's mother hid the baby in the house, and Miriam watched over him. Shh, little brother, be good for mother. But when the baby was 3 months old, he was too big and too noisy to hide in the house any longer. Miriam's mother found a basket and painted it so that it would not leak. Then she wrapped the baby in a blanket and put him in the basket. When no one was looking, Miriam and her mother carried the basket down to the river and hid it among the bulrushes. Miriam's mother hurried back to the house, leaving Miriam to watch the baby. All day, Miriam hid nearby to make sure the baby was safe. Shh, little brother, be good for mother. Then, from her hiding spot, Miriam could see some people coming. The king's daughter was walking on the riverbank with her servants. She saw something floating in the bulrushes. "Fetch that for me to see," she told her servant. The servant brought the little basket to the king's daughter. It floated just like a little boat. The king's daughter looked inside the basket and was amazed. "It's a baby boy," she smiled. The king's daughter lifted the baby from the basket, and the baby began to cry. "He must be a Hebrew baby," said the king's daughter. "Poor little thing. Are you very hungry?" Just then, Miriam jumped up from her hiding place. Shall I fetch someone to feed the baby and look after him for you?" she asked. "Yes, that's a good idea," said the king's daughter. Miriam ran to find her mother, and together they hurried down to the river. "I will pay you money to feed this baby and look after him for me," said the king's daughter. And she handed the baby to his mother. Miriam and her mother were very happy. They took the baby back home and cared for him until he was old enough to go to the palace. The king's daughter was delighted. "I will bring him up like a son," she smiled. "I will call him Moses." That's the end. It was an interesting book. Now, I wonder if you know where in the Bible you can find the story of Moses. Any guesses? Moms, dads? That's right. You can find the story of Moses in Exodus. And there's lots more stories about Moses besides him just being a baby in a basket. And we'll look at some of those books later. Baby Moses sure was lucky, but he was not killed like the other baby boys. And he was lucky to have a big sister like Miriam to watch over him. Have you ever had to watch over someone or something? I wonder who has watched over you to make sure you're safe. It must have been awfully hard for Moses' mother to make the decision to put her baby in a basket and put him into the Nile. She knew it was her only choice to let go and let God take care of that baby. I want to share with you, parents, a post that I found online, and it was just about this same thing, about having to put your children out there and hope and know that God will take care of them. So here's this interesting post I found. Well, you know, Moses was not only just saved from the water, he was brought up in the palace of the king of Egypt. You know, God must have had some really big plans for Moses. And that reminds me of another verse in the Bible. Verse in Jeremiah 29:11. I wonder what plans God has for you. I wonder what ways God has already worked in your life. Moms and dads? Well, I hope you've enjoyed this first episode of BFF, Bible Family Fun. And at the end of this video, I'm going to leave you with a few more questions for you to ponder. You can use your Bible or the internet to maybe find out the answers to these questions together. Thanks again for joining me, Miss Carol, for BFF. See you again soon.